I recently did a video on the top 10 shows of 1955. And in the comment section of that video, I had many people asking, where are the Westerns? And that's a good question. Well, I want you to know that I have found them. Today, I will be going over the top 10 shows of 1958.
Transistor television that plays anywhere without plugging in. Just like a portable radio, it works outdoors from a powerful rechargeable battery or indoors from regular AC house current. And what a picture. It's like looking at a theater screen. Wherever there's a television signal, the Philco Safari brings it in sharp and clear, even in the strongest sunlight.
So, to be clear, this is the season that began in the fall of 1958 and ran until the spring of 1959. And these are the official Nielsen ratings for that season. I am just the messenger, so if your favorite show did not make it to the list, you're going to have to track down a time machine, go back to the 1950s, and give that Mr. Nielsen a piece of your mind. And while you're there, if you could pick me up a Chevy Bel Air, that would be great. All right, so let's begin. At number 10, The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp. The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp starred Hugh O'Brien as Wyatt Earp, a legendary lawman of the Old West. During the season, which is the fourth season, we find Wyatt in Dodge City. The series followed Wyatt as he upheld justice with his Buntline special, which triggered a bit of a toy craze back in the mid 1950s. The series tried to mix action with a bit of historical accuracy, loosely basing some of the story on Wyatt Earp's real life adventures. Its mix of exciting fights and moral lessons, it made a hit with audiences who were enthralled by the Wild West stories. The show ran on ABC on Tuesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Next up, number 9, I've Got a Secret. I've Got a Secret was a lively game show that began in 1952. Hosted by Gary Moore, the show featured a panel of celebrity guests who tried to figure out the unique or funny secret shared by each contestant. Contestants ranged from everyday people with unusual talents or experiences to famous faces everyone knew. The panelists asked yes or no questions to uncover the secret, often leading to humorous exchanges. One of the notable guests during the season was Sergeant Ira Jones, who is Elvis Presley's platoon sergeant. So, do I have any Elvis fans here? I actually met Elvis's dad, Vernon, and I think it was 1979. I was just a kid at the time, but I do remember him being very nice to me. So anyway, I've Got a Secret aired on CBS on Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Number 8, The Real McCoys. The Real McCoy starred Walter Brennan, Richard Crenna, and Kathleen Nolan. The sitcom followed the McCoys, an Appalachian family from West Virginia, who pick up and relocate to an inherited farm in California to start a new life. Led by the wise and feisty Grandpa Amos McCoy, played by Walter Brennan, the family included Luke, his wife Kate, and Luke's younger siblings. The show explored their adjustment to life in California, clashing with city folk and sticking together through thick and thin. The Real McCoys aired on ABC on Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. Number 7, Tales of Wells Fargo. Tales of Wells Fargo was a gripping Western drama that starred Dale Robertson as Jim Hardy, a special agent for the Wells Fargo Stagecoach Company. Jim traveled the Wild West protecting shipments, capturing outlaws, and solving problems for settlers along the way. Each episode delivered a mix of action and suspense, with Jim serving as a calm and capable hero. Although Jim was a fictional character, the show was influenced by real-life Wells Fargo detective Frank J. Dodge, and the series captured the excitement and danger of frontier life. Tales of Wells Fargo aired on NBC on Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. At number 6, Maverick. Maverick did a great job at blending adventure with humor and charm. The show followed the Maverick brothers, Brett, played by James Garner, and Bart, played by Jack Kelly, who were professional gamblers traveling through the Old West. Unlike traditional Western characters, the Mavericks avoided fights whenever possible, using their wit and quick thinking to outsmart troublemakers. Known for its clever scripts and James Garner's charismatic performance, Maverick, which premiered in the fall of 1957, quickly became a fan favorite. Maverick aired on ABC on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. At number 5, The Danny Thomas Show. The Danny Thomas Show starred Danny Thomas as nightclub entertainer Danny Williams. The show focused on his balancing a busy career and raising his family. Premiering in 1953, the series was titled Make Room for Daddy in its first 3 seasons and included Margaret, Danny's wife, who often felt neglected by the long hours Danny spent working at the nightclub. But by 1958, the series had changed names. Margaret had passed away and Danny married Kathy, a widow with a child of her own. Along with Danny's 2 children, they became a blended family, facing everyday challenges with humor and plenty of heartwarming moments. The Danny Thomas Show aired on CBS on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. At number 4, The Rifleman. Set in the 1880s in the fictional town of North Fork, located in the New Mexico Territory, The Rifleman starred Chuck Connors as Lucas McCain, a widowed rancher and Civil War veteran devoted to raising his young son Mark, played by Johnny Crawford. Lucas is known for his skill with his modified Winchester rifle, which earned him the nickname the Rifleman. Each episode combined thrilling action with lessons about courage, justice, and the belief that everyone deserves a second chance. Lucas may be stubborn and occasionally overprotective, but the strong bond between father and son shines through, which helped make this show an instant hit when it premiered in September of 1958. The Rifleman aired on ABC on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Next week at this same time, Tide will bring you The Rifleman.
Number 3, Have Gun Will Travel. Have Gun Will Travel followed the adventures of Paladin, played by Richard Boone. Unlike the average cowboy drifter, Paladin was a cultured, well-dressed gentleman who operated out of San Francisco's Hotel Carlton and handed out custom-made business cards that read, Have Gun Will Travel. Each episode found Paladin journeying across the untamed West, taking on jobs that often involve defending the helpless, righting wrongs, or confronting injustice, all while earning a substantial fee. Paladin's wit and sharp intellect made him a standout figure in a genre often defined by brawny gunslingers. This attention to storytelling elevated Have Gun Will Travel into a thoughtful drama that tackled social issues alongside its thrilling action and rugged Western scenery. Have Gun Will Travel aired on CBS on Saturday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Mind if I cut in to tell you about myself? I am a car radio, and rather unusual one if I do say so. You see, I'm a transportable car radio, and I reside in a new 1958 Oldsmobile. Pretty luxurious surroundings, eh? Yes, I operate equally well in the car or out. Feels good to get out once in a while.
Number 2, Wagon Train. Wagon Train captured the struggles and adventures of pioneers traveling across the American frontier. The show followed a large wagon train, led by Major Seth Adams, played by Ward Bond, and Scout Flint McCullough, played by Robert Horton, as the group traveled westbound from Missouri towards California. Each episode featured different characters and challenges as the group faced threats of attack, dangerous weather, and navigating the rugged terrain. One unique feature that set Wagon Train apart from the other westerns was its impressive lineup of rotating guest stars, featuring many of the day's biggest names. Wagon Train aired on NBC on Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Okay, so can you guess what the number 1 show is? I'll give you a second, and I'll give you a hint. What legendary TV Western have I not yet mentioned? Pause now and tell me in the comments what you think it is. The number one show of 1958, Gunsmoke. Set in the rough and tumble town of Dodge City, Kansas, the show starred James Arness as U.S. Marshal Matt Dillon, a lawmaker dedicated to keeping the peace in a lawless frontier. With its mix of action, drama, and complex characters, Gunsmoke stood out by exploring moral dilemmas and showing the harsh realities of frontier life, never shying away from tackling challenging issues. Alongside Marshall Dillon were memorable characters like Miss Kitty, the saloon owner, Doc Adams, the town physician, and Marshall Dillon's deputy Chester. With high quality scripts and strong performances, Gunsmoke raised the bar for television dramas and holds the title of the longest running TV Western of all time. Gunsmoke aired on CBS on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. So, did anything on the list surprise you? I was actually surprised to learn that Gunsmoke aired so late, 10 p.m. on a Saturday. If you were a kid in the 1950s and the 1960s, were you allowed to stay up and watch it? Let me know in the comments. So that's it for today. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you enjoy this sort of content, please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.